I've got one real.
Okay. Go on. No, go on. I'm just going down the list. Go for it.
Sorry, and there are just some things. I know we're kind of going out of order, but what's happening is I'm taking some time to run down links on things. Here's an interesting one, and it's kind of amusing. Why does Flutter not use WebAssembly? Well, see, the thing is, if you look right here on the roadmap for 2022, okay, and then you
zoom in. You're going to need to zoom in if you want us to see that.
I know, I'm coming down. Under Dart, WebAssembly.
Yeah,
coming.
Well, there's WebAssembly coming from both directions. So there's stuff to let you use WebAssembly modules in Dart and Flutter, and there's stuff to let you compile Dart into WebAssembly.
It's really quite awesome, actually, and we've been wanting it for a while just to kind of eke out that performance, and also mainly the startup performance, right? Like the idea is that you don't have to pass the JavaScript to get your outcome. It's WebAssembly. It's there. You just run it, right? Like there's load time and other things, but hopefully there's also a benefit to what can be optimized out and various other things. But I'm curious to see what WebAssembly will bring. I know there's few people out there that have done some demos and some various things with Dart, and as it says in the roadmap, they're just waiting for the WebAssembly GC, which is a garbage collector system, to be supported, and then we'll be seeing hopefully some WebAssembly stuff this year. So that'd be awesome.
Well, I think it also, if we kind of go back to some of the discussions around native interfaces and whatever that we were having earlier, it kind of gets us around that thing of, oh, hey, I've found a C++ driver. How am I going to use it? Well, one of the routes now will be just compile it into a WebAssembly module and include it.
Well, it's kind of interesting. So there's still, so just to be clear about this, WebAssembly is compiled code. Like there's actually been, like, if you go to the web archive and go look up DOSBox, or I think it is, or the DOS games, they literally have all the DOS games you can play in your browser, and that's done by literally taking an emulator for DOS-based architecture and then compiling it to JavaScript, the EM script, and WebAssembly, and actually having that running in your browser. The difference is that it's not accessing any hardware. It's still running within the confines of the browser. So you can still compile any like C library or anything else, but you're still going to have the restrictions that the browser supplies, which is you're not going to access hardware directly. Sorry, just to be clear about that, like that point. But yeah, no, it's really interesting what you will be able to do. So things like anything that, for example, let's say you wanted to do video editing or decoding video or doing some other magical stuff, like that can all be done because it's all happening within the CPU memory bound and can happen inside the browser. But yeah, there's also interesting, like I don't think maybe the Canvas API, whatever it is, the new Canvas API is basically just revealing Skia to the browser code. So you really can get a lot of power from that. The fact that you can use all the Skia based functionality directly in your browser, what Flutter takes advantage of. It's very powerful. Anyway, right.